Dear viewers, in this video, we will discuss the exam-oriented question of coordinate geometry part 2. So, in the question number 3, the point F and G is given to us, and the last part of this question is, a point H lies on the y-axis, such that the distance between G and H is 13 units. Find the coordinates of two possible positions of H. So, first of all, the H point lies on y-axis. It means that x coordinate will be 0. So this point H, when lies on y-axis, this may be on positive y-axis or negative y-axis. So the y coordinate may be plus y or maybe minus y. And the G point is given to us, which is minus 5 and 4. Now, in order to find the y coordinate, we will use here the distance formula. So when we use here the distance formula between G and H, first of all, we will consider the G point is minus 5, 4 and the H point is 0 plus y, maybe plus y coordinate. So and the distance between G and H is given to us, which is 13 units. X1 minus X2 whole square minus 5 minus 0 whole square plus Y1 minus Y2 whole square 4 minus Y whole square and taking square root, and the answer of this distance is 13 units. Now from this equation we will find the value of Y. So taking square on both sides, square and square root will be cancelled. Minus 5 square is 25 plus 4 minus Y whole square is equal to 13 square is 169. Now here we will solve this equation. 25 plus 4 square is 16 plus 2ab. 2 into 4 is, sorry, this is minus 2ab because there is a minus sign. 2 times 4 is 8y plus y square is equal to 169. Now y square minus 8y plus 16 plus 25 minus 169 equal to 0. Now this becomes a quadratic equation. So we will solve this quadratic equation by using the factorization method or by using the quadratic formula. So 16 plus 25, this is 41, plus minus 169, this is 128. So y square minus 8y minus 128 equals to 0. Now we will solve this equation. So this is minus 8y, and on the right side this is 128. So can we solve this by using the midterm breaking? So by in order to solve this by using the midterm breaking, so we will break minus 8y in such a way that if we add or subtract, this is minus 8y, and if we multiply, this is 128. Now we will think about the factor pair of 128. So if we think about the factor pair of 128, first of all we will consider what is the factor pair of 128? 14. 128 divided by 14, this cannot be divided by 14, so 16 times 8, 16 times 8, yes, 16 times 8 is 128. So it means that y square minus 16y plus 8y minus 128 equal to 0, because minus 16 plus 8y, this is minus 8y. Now we will take common y, this is y minus 16, and then we take 8 common. Again, this will be y minus 16 equal to 0. So y plus 8 into y minus 16 equal to 0. So there are two answers of y, that is minus 8 and y will be equal to plus 16. So the possible positions of h will be, because x coordinate always be 0 because h lies on the y axis. So one of the y coordinate is minus 8 and other of the y coordinate is 16. Now we will move towards the next question. In this question, the equation of the line L is 3x minus 8y plus 28 equals to 0. Find the gradient of the line. So in order to find the gradient of that line, we will convert this line into a standard equation of a straight line, y is equal to mx plus c. So we make y as a subject from this equation. 3x plus 20 minus 8y when comes on the right side, this will be plus 8y. Now 8 is multiplying on the right side. When comes on the left side, this will be divided with each term. So y will be equal to 3 over 8x plus 20 over 8. Now we can also write down this as y is equal to 3 over 8x plus 20 over 8. Both comes in the table of 4. 4 times 5 is 20 and 4 times 2 is 8. So the gradient of this line is the coefficient of x, which is 3 over 8. Now find the coordinates of point where L cuts the y-axis. So when L cuts the y-axis, at y-axis, x is always 0. So if x is 0, it means that in the above line, we replace x0 and we will get the value of y coordinate. So x is 0, we replace x0 in the above equation, y is equal to 3 over 8 into x. X will be substituted by 0 plus 5 over 2. So y will be equal to 5 over 2. So this coordinate point is x is 0 and y is 5 over 2. Now the next question is the coordinate of P are minus 3, 8 and the coordinates of Q are 9 and minus 2. Calculate the length of PQ. So in order to find the length here, we will use the distance formula. So in order to find the length between the point PQ, x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square and taking square root. Minus 3 minus 9 whole square plus 8 minus 2 whole square and taking square root. So the PQ length will be equal to minus 12 square plus 8 plus 2 is 10 square and taking square root. So minus square is always plus. So 12 square is 144 and 10 square is 100 taking square root. So this will be 244 square root. The square root of 244 is 15.620. If we write down these three significant figure, the answer will be 15.6. Now the next question is that find the equation of the line parallel to PQ that pass through the point 6 minus 1. So one of the coordinate point is given to us. And the second thing in order to find the equation is the gradient. So how we will find the gradient of the line which is parallel to PQ? So first we find the gradient of line PQ. And when two lines are parallel, then the gradient is always same. So the gradient of line PQ is M will be equal to, so here is the point P and Q, y2 minus y1 minus 2 minus 8 over x2 minus x1, 9 minus 3. So minus 2 minus 8 is minus 10, 9 plus 3 is 12. So both comes in the table of 2 minus 5 over 6. So this is the gradient. Now we will use a standard equation y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So this coordinate point we will consider as x1 and y1. So y minus y1. y1 is minus 1 and m is minus 5 over 6. X minus x1. X is 6. Sorry, x will be as it is. And x1 is 6. Now we will simplify this. Y plus 1 is equal to 1 over 6 into minus 5x minus plus 6. Minus 5 will multiply inside the bracket. Now 6 is dividing on the right side. When comes on the left side, this will be multiply. 6y plus 6 is equal to minus 5x plus 6. So plus 6 when comes on the right side, this will be minus 6. So 6y will be equal to minus 5x plus 6 minus 6. So 6y will be equal to minus 5x. So this is the equation. Find the equation of perpendicular bisector of PQ. So if we have to find the equation of perpendicular bisector of PQ, again we will find the gradient of that perpendicular bisector. which will be the negative reciprocal of the gradient of PQ, which we have find already. So the gradient of this perpendicular bisector will be the reciprocal of minus 5 over 6, that is minus into minus 6 over 5. Minus minus becomes plus, so this is 6 over 5. Always the negative reciprocal, okay? This is the gradient. Now, one of the coordinate point also required to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector. So how we will find the coordinate point? We will find the midpoint of P and Q. This will be a coordinate point. So midpoint of P and Q. X1 plus X2 over 2 and Y1 plus Y2 over 2. Minus 3 plus 9 over 2 and X1 plus X2 over 2. 8 plus minus 2 over 2. So the coordinate point is 9 minus 3 is 6 over 2, which is 3. 8 minus 2 is 6 over 2, which is also 3. So now we again use the general equation to find the equation of perpendicular bisector x minus x1. Now here this midpoint will be considered as x1 y1. Y minus y1 is 3, m is 6 over 5, x minus x1. x1 is also 3. Now 5 is dividing on the right side. When comes on the left side, this will be multiplied. 5y minus 15 is equal to 6x minus 18. 6 will be multiplied inside the bracket. So 5y will be equal to 6x minus 18 plus 15. So 5y will be equal to 6x minus 3. So this is the equation of perpendicular bisector of PQ.